to 2013, Darren. 2-1 defeat. Harrogate deserved it probably.
Yeah, I think so. It was a performance you might expect from a Christmas period with no games. We were flat all game really. It's frustrating. I know it's frustrating for the fans because they haven't seen football for a while, and then what you want is a performance that'll rejuvenate after no games. But no, yeah, I'm disappointed from the players. We didn't go about our job properly. First half, we did nothing really. Yet we coped with pretty much everything they threw at us, apart from a sloppy goal that he's turned in between two of our players. We need to be stronger in areas like that. But apart from that, Harrogate didn't really do an awful lot first half. They hustled and they worked us and they pressurised us. They did that probably slightly better than us. Then that second half period, about 25 minutes, where we were right on top, had all the momentum, but again that little bit of quality has just let us down in certain areas.
First half, the goal was good refereeing in many ways. I think it's the 3 or 4 times in the first half. The referee, he could have blown for a foul and he let it develop to see where the advantage went. And this time, of course, it worked against us because he kept this one going and they got the goal eventually. But yeah, that kind of refereeing, you support all that.
Yeah, of course you do. Referees get enough stick, don't they? And I'm one of the worst at times for getting on referees' backs, but yeah, I thought his performance was pretty good. We don't really have to stand and talk about him, which means he's done something right. But apart from say a few good things that, like you just said there, Walshy. But no, generally, as I say, I'm disappointed. You can't play in a home match and be out fought and out battled. That comes as a must. You've got to go and win those battles at home and get yourselves on the front foot. And second half we did that, but it was too late. But I've just pointed to them that really we should have come out of that as 1-0 victors. We wouldn't have deserved a 1-0, but sometimes you don't always get what you deserve. And we gave them 2 goals. The second one was as bad as the first, to be honest. There's 1 or 2 people dived in, and if you're unsure as a defender, you think you go on the defensive, you think negative, and you just back off and make them beat you. A lot of the times, Lee Andrews, Dan Wordsworth today were on top all the time, but 2 little rash moments, maybe that was tiredness, something like that, where they went to the ball and they were never going to get there, and they've had a little bit of clever play and finished it very well. So disappointing from the 2 goals that we conceded, but I think generally everybody can come away saying I could have done a little bit more. 2
debutants today, Darren. In goal, Jonathan Mitchell on loan from Newcastle, and up front, JJ Hooper, who got the goal, the equalising goal, also on loan from Newcastle. Your verdict on the pair?
I thought the goalkeeper was very good. He came for crosses, his handling was excellent, seems comfortable with his feet, that's exactly what they said to us, which is great. Difficult for JJ because he's against 2 really experienced centre-backs at this level, and they we're on top of him slightly, so he's got a goal which will give him a bit of confidence, and that's what he's about. He's goal scoring and put yourself in the right areas, but again, when you've got a limited budget, you're going to get lads that are learning the game and coming here for experience and to try and improve. So the fact he wants to come is a bonus, but I'm sure he'll learn a lot from today.
You've got Joe coming towards the end of Joe Mossley coming to the end of his loan period. He has to go back then. Will he be looking to try and bring in someone to replace him as a loan player?
Yeah, I think that's a must. We've got to find another one of that ilk. Someone who's got pace, who can go at people, and he's going to worry in opposition. Otherwise, we go back to being very pedestrian, and we have to then rely on organisation. When you've got that little bit of someone who can go and do things like that, like Gareth Arneson, when he's on his game, he can go and beat people and score goals for you. So you need 3 or 4 if you can in your squad. De Costa came in and did well. Joe's come and done well. So we've got to keep that trend of trying to find that player who can just upset a defence and put them on the back foot and give them something to worry about.
What's the latest with Jordan Connaughton, who's out of action? He's a striker who's injured at the minute.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of rehab on what we think is going to be a muscle tear in his lower stomach. We're not certain of that. The PFA, their financial department has closed down for Christmas, so we're just waiting for confirmation that they'll pay for a scan for him, and we can get him a scan early in January and get to the root of the problem. He's still getting pains in and around his pubis area, and it's becoming difficult for him to do any serious rehab work or sort of running work, fitness work. So he's just cycling at the moment and trying to do some gym stuff. But yeah, that's been a big loss for us really, because you bring a proven goal scorer in, and then he suffers all season with 1 or 2 things, and then this is what looks like being a serious one. So it's been difficult, that one.
Well, the game should have come thick and fast. That's the only one we played over Christmas, but they should come a bit quicker again because we've got another home game on Saturday against Boston.
Yeah, we've got to improve for Boston. We've got to regroup now Thursday night in training and put a more spirited performance in. You know, there's ability in that dressing room. Sometimes they let themselves down individually because, you know, if you don't start from the final whistle with that bit of fire burning in your belly, it's hard to get it in there once the game's underway. And you see at all levels, if the attitude isn't quite right from one or two, then people can't turn their game around. So it was a difficult afternoon because obviously we had no games and the training is spasmodic. It's difficult to get the group together. So we'll be able to get them all together on Thursday and put in a better performance against Boston.
Darren, thanks very much indeed.
Cheers, thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Is that right, Jonathan?